Welcome back to Cosmic Comics. Before we look at the Kree-Skrull War, let's take a moment to look at the history of these two great races and what led us up to that moment in time. We're told the historical relationship between the Kree and Skrulls in the Avengers Volume 1, issues 133 through 134, published in 1975 and written by Steve Englehart. The Avengers are learning the history of their various members with the help of Immortus and a Synchro staff. The story is labeled The Origins of Mantis, but that's a story I'm going to leave for another time. Right now, I just want to focus on the Kree and Skrulls. The Synchro staff takes the Avengers to Kree Year Zero. They arrive at a time when both the Kree and the Skrulls are considered insignificant races. We're taken to the planet Hala and shown the Kree during the first year of recorded history. Of particular note is the fact that all Kree shown in this panel are pink and not blue. Their leader is Morag, who rules over a warlike people who are quick to anger. The Kree are carnivorous, and as such, the bigger the piece of meat they can capture, the more food they can have. Prestige is gained by attacking the largest and most dangerous beast. The other half of the planet Hala is inhabited by the Kotti, a sentient plant species which evolved from algae. These creatures move very slowly and communicate with each other telepathically. One might think that the Kree would destroy the Kotti, but the Kree don't eat plants and they view all plant life as beneath them. On the other hand, the Kotti avoid the Kree because they seem frenetic and unstable. On this day, a starship comes down from the sky, and both races think the end of the world has come. They converge nearby to see what comes out of the ship. This is the first extraplanetary contact the Kree have had, and out of the ship walks the Skrull Emperor Doric. He tells those gathered around that the Skrulls have perfected interstellar travel and begun expanding their sphere of influence to ensure that no other races come near them. It might sound like the Skrulls have come to kill everybody, but no, instead they've offered technology in return for loyalty. Oh, and one more little thing. They want the planet's resources, for the betterment of all, of course. The Skrulls are aware that the planet contains two sentient species, but prefer to deal with only one of the two. As such, they have come up with a test to determine which species will represent the planet moving forward. The Skrulls propose that each group be allowed a small party which will be taken to an uninhabited planetoid and given basic tools and supplies. At the end of the year, whichever group has done the most with themselves will be judged worthy. The Skrulls don't force this contest upon the Kree. They ask if both groups will agree. The Kotti accept the proposal right away, but the Kree return home and debate what to do for the rest of the day, but in the end they decide to take part in the competition because they can't think of a way to honorably decline. The next morning, the Skrulls take 17 Kotti and 17 Kree away from the only planet they've ever known. This is especially hard for the Kotti, who experience a psychic shock from being separated from the rest of the people of their race for the first time. Both races are then deposited on two separate barren moons. The Kree are taken to the blue area of Earth's moon. This is an area where the Skrulls have constructed a false atmosphere in order to perform the competition. As soon as the Skrulls fly away, the Kree put their plans into motion and start building. Every day for a year, the Kree work until they drop in their tracks. When they wake up, they rise and get right back to work. At the end of 1 year, the Kree have built a huge city, a monument dedicated to their muscle and to the Skrulls' machines. The city they built is the Blue City, and for many years it was home to Earth's Watcher. After 1 year, the Skrulls arrive to check on the progress. They are extremely impressed, and on the way home, the Kree bask in feelings of hope and pride, feeling certain that they had won the competition. When Morag returns home, he expects to find his people celebrating his return. He's shocked to learn that the Skrulls were more impressed by the accomplishments of the Kotti. When the Kotti were first dropped off, it appeared as though they fell asleep, but over the next year they used their mental powers to find seeds and seek out water. They transformed the barren landscape into a lush garden. It appears as though the Skrulls are going to choose the Kotti, and this doesn't set well with Morag, who thinks that it's ridiculous that a park would be judged more impressive than a city. This makes perfect sense from a cultural perspective, as the Kree don't value plants at all. He refuses to let the Kree lose the competition, and that night Morag goes on the attack. Only they don't kill the Kree. They kill the Kotti. Overnight, the Kree people commit genocide on the Kotti. By the time the sun rises, all of the Kotti are dead. Well, not all of them, but that's a story for another time. The Kree are waiting with pride when the Skrulls wake up. The Kree tell them that they solved the problem of representation by eliminating their opposition. Emperor Doric freaks out over this, claiming that the Skrulls deal with barbarians but do not condone barbarism, and he decides that Hala will forever be shut out of the Skrulls' favored worlds. After spending a year with advanced technology, the Kree refuse to be thrust back to the Stone Age and decide to attack the Skrulls. It's a little strange to see the Skrulls get trounced by such a technologically simple people, but these Skrulls, they aren't warriors, they're traitors. The Kree kill them all. The Kree then celebrate their victory and once again being masters of their own world. They make plans to study technology in the Skrull ship. The same race that built a city with 17 people and simple technology in a year now has its hands on so much more. The Kree vow to someday rise to the stars and kill all Skrulls. None of the Skrulls discovered what happened to their missing ship until decades later when a Kree armada arrived without warning and attacked their homeworld. This is the day the Kree-Skrull War began in earnest. This initial armada carved the Kree Empire in space. Since that day, neither race has come close to losing or winning the war. In fact, both sides have become stronger because of the conflict. There you have it, the beginning of one of the largest ongoing conflicts within the Marvel Universe. Thanks for watching. Feel free to hit any of the buttons below. I'm out.